What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Comic Book Nerd, where we talk all things major movie, television news. I'm your host, Grant Sullivan, and in today's video, we're going to be reviewing The Flash. I just saw it last night, thought about it, slept on it for a little bit. Today's video is a spoiler review of The Flash, ending explained for the post-credit scene as well, and what this sets up for the future of the DCU. But first, if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to drop a like and subscribe so you guys don't miss out on any of the latest videos. Alright, so, spoiler warning in 3, 2, 1, let's go ahead and hop right into the spoiler warning. So, the end of this movie ends with Barry back in his home universe, we presumably think, but regardless, he's back in his universe after he put the tomatoes of cans back, and we see that his dad gets innocent, and he is proven not guilty in this type of thing. But, moving on from that, we then see Barry get a call from Bruce Wayne, who we presumably think is the DCU's Batman, Ben Affleck's Batman, but it is not Ben Affleck's Batman, and the end reveals it to be George freaking Clooney. Now, George Clooney hasn't played Batman since the 1984 movie, so this is interesting because is this going to be the new DC universe, or is it not going to be? We will talk about this later on in the video, but that's the ending explained, is that Barry is now in George Clooney's universe. And hopefully The Flash 2 will happen over at DC Studios. They have been in the works regardless, but still, that's the ending explained for The Flash right there. Barry is now in George Clooney's DC universe, and I can't wait to see what they're doing with that next. But moving on from The Flash ending explained, now we have the post-credit scene, which the post-credit scene shows us Barry and Arthur Curry Arthur is getting drunk in a bar, and then we see Barry trying to take Arthur back home and go back so he can rest, but Arthur drunkenly falls and then tells Barry to give him Asgardian treasure. Barry's trying to explain the events of what just happened to Arthur, and then Arthur falls flat on his face, gives him some Atlantean treasure, and then regardless, he falls drunk, and then Barry says, "My home is like 5 minutes away. Why are you still laying there?" And then Arthur says, obviously, because he's an Atlantean, "This is my home," as he plouts in that water. But that is pretty much the post-credit scene being explained. Barry is just explaining to Arthur the events of what just happened in the Flash movie. Arthur does not care. He is drunk. We know this. It's just a funny scene, and that is the end of the DC universe. Now, we do know that Blue Beetle is going to be the first DCU superhero in the universe. The first movie in the DCU is going to be Superman Legacy. We have officially had confirmation of that for James Gunn as well. Now, here are some things that I did like about The Flash. I love the CGI, and I thought the CGI effects were great. I knew they took a long time for this movie, so respect it for what it is. I thought the jokes were funny. They made some hilarious moments to Top Gun, to Back to the Future, a lot of references in there from that as well. The Top Gun was especially funny for me. I really enjoyed them making that Top Gun joke towards the middle of the film. Now, there were some jokes where I thought that there didn't need to be jokes there, but regardless, overall, I think the jokes hit really, really well. The Flash, I thought both of them were great. I thought Michael Keaton's Batman was amazing. I'm sad that they killed off Michael Keaton's Batman and Sasha Calle's Supergirl as well. They killed both of them off. Both of them had amazing performances. Ben Affleck, a great performance. We did see Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. We saw that in the first act of the movie, which was great. Obviously, that's just a little nod to the DCEU. Technically, we did see Henry Cavill Superman 3 times, but no actual on-screen appearance from Henry Cavill. We just saw him in flashbacks, and we saw him in what we think is him saving the day with the volcano. I think that was in Man of Steel 2 as well. So overall, I would give The Flash about a 7. It was a great movie, a great reboot for the DCU. I totally understand what James Gunn is now going forward if they don't do Ezra Miller as the Flash, but I think they will continue with Ezra Miller as the Flash. He is a great Flash. I think that if he just gets some things right with his mental health, he will be fine. I think that obviously they need to get the DC universe laid out right. this is a setup for Superman Legacy and Blue Beetle. Now, we don't know what universe, as I said earlier in the video, what universe the DC universe is going to take place. It has a lot of fans confusing, basically just as a frick you to the DCEU, because of what just happened with George Clooney's Batman now being the Batman of that universe. But still, regardless, we will find out soon enough with Blue Beetle coming out in August. And I cannot wait for Blue Beetle. I can't wait for the start of the DC Universe with Superman Legacy. That movie is going to be fantastic. I cannot wait for everything that the DCU has to offer. And what James Gunn has recently said about Batman the Brave and the Bold is that Andy Muschietti will, in fact, be directing Batman the Brave and the Bold. But that is going to be all for today's video. Just a quick little post-credit scene ending explained. Obviously, it's starting off the new DC universe in this movie. Barry Allen is in a different universe and everything's not the same. Obviously, we will see how the new DC universe fits into all of this story once Blue Beetle and once Superman Legacy hits. But that is going to be all. Let me know what you guys thought about The Flash in the comments down below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Again, I give it a 6.5 out of 10. I take back the 7. It was kind of mid, but obviously still a lot of great things happening over at DC Studios if you are a DC fan. That is going to be all for today's video. Let me know what you thought of the video in the comments down below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. And again, let me know what you guys thought about The Flash in the comments down below. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.